Hi, this is Sandra Izsadore, and welcome to Connecting the Dots. Please like and subscribe, and I'd like to even have some comments. I'd like for you to leave me a bit of information because I'm still learning. And believe it or not, I'm a senior citizen. So, if the senior citizen is still learning, then you need to be in the mix. And today, I am so honored. I'm not only honored, I'm blessed too, because I just happen to be here with Bankulli. An original.
Well, you are the most original because, like I always say, I call you the godmother.
Oh, well, what are we going to call you? Because you're one of the seeds that have been planted. One of the seeds that have been planted that deals with truth, know the truth, knows how to document the truth and bring it forward. Bankulli, I'm so honored. And you can sing, you're a musician. Tell us all about it. Tell me all about
Okay,
you.
well, basically, my story started from like 4 years old. I started singing from age 4 years old. When I was that small, I remember very well. Of course, I still remember as I'm talking now. They take me to church, Celestial Church of Christ, and after the service, I will refuse to go home. And so they will leave me at the church and come back to pick me the next day. That always happened at the holiday time. I don't want to go home. I just want to be around church. So anytime they leave me in the church, definitely there's always Sunday service and there's Sunday evening service. So I was actually waiting for that because it gives me access to go closer to this, the set drums, to go to the conga, to listen. And I think I was drawn to music from that. And apart from that, my dad was the choir master of the church. I mean, and so we have no choice. As children, we have to be member of the choir. My mom is late, and something that I remember very much about her is that she's a very good composer of music, My mom, when she's cooking in the kitchen, we all surround her. And just to make it fun for us, she would get a cassette recorder, put a cassette in with a ruler. Ka, 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 ka. Jesus walks through Jerusalem, passed through Nazareth. It will compose music just like that, 1 hour. And we listen and we were absorbing that. And that's another part of me. But the beauty of it was that because my dad was the choir master, we had access to all musical instruments, keyboard, bass guitar, lead guitar, drums. And that was how we were able to learn all that. And of course, going into the uni, it was time for me to go to university. My dad just came. I had an opportunity to sit down with my dad. We were watching TV and he said, "So what next for you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to be a musician." He said, "Nope. The only way you can be a musician, you have to be educated."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Can you repeat that, sir?" Because my dad was a disciplinarian.
Right.
He was a teacher, so you don't mess with him.
Right.
So I'm like, "Can you repeat that, sir?" He said, "The only way you can do music, you have to be a graduate." I said, "Okay." And that was my inspiration in getting educated, because I actually went to the universities to study zoology because I wanted to do music. And after graduation, I came back home and my dad was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to get you a job." I've spoken to my friend. I said, "Oh, nope." That was not the agreement. The agreement was that you will do music if you're a graduate. And I'm a graduate, I will do music.
Okay.
And all my life, that's what I've been doing.
Well, did your dad give you any, or your mom give you any kind of formal training?
Well, nobody gave me any formal training.
But the instruments were there.
Yeah, learn it from them. I remember when I was young in the church choir at that time, they brought in teachers to teach everybody because I can sing and the voice is sweet. They were like, "Why do you want to learn music?" No. These other children, let them learn. I was so sad about that because I felt, why you push? I really want to learn it. So I kept quiet because they're going to cane me, Africa.
Well, you don't have to tell me that part. Let me tell this part from Americans' perspective. What I know is, when I went to Nigeria, musicians, they looked down on musicians. You just couldn't be a musician.
Fact.
And fella had already told me that he actually lied and said he was going to study medicine in England. And once he was away from his mom,
is doing what he wants
He
to do.
went right into music and was a graduate of Trinity College. The other similarity that you speak of, that we all, fella, you and myself, hold in common, is that we were reared in Christian homes.
True.
Where we had to be in church all day.
I did that all week, all night, every day.
Well, on Sundays, my parents, it was like I had to go to Sunday school. I had to be at the 11 o'clock service. I had to be at the 3 o'clock service, BTU, and night service. They kept me in church all day on Sunday. Saturdays, I had to go for rehearsals. But I didn't really buy into it like that because what they were trying to teach me on the Christian side, it just wasn't quite making sense to me.
Well, sometimes it doesn't really make sense like that, but if there's something you need to understand, I don't really blame my parents for that.
I'm not blaming mine.
Because you can't blame them. The template is that everybody is running from poverty. And they believe, education is the gateway out of poverty. Back then, there was nothing like creativity. The most creative, stuff they've seen is being a musician or an actor or a comedian. You understand what I'm saying? So, and if you're a comedian or you're an actor, you have to be doing it on a big time.
Yeah, and
so for musicians, they believe alcohol, womanizing. So nobody, and there's no guarantee you're going to make money.
No, it was no respect. It was no respect for the musician.
I'm just saying that's where the no respect came from because they felt. You know what? This is the word they use as reference for musicians in Nigeria.
What?
Back in the day, they called them alagbe, meaning noisemakers.
Good noisemakers. Thank God for
you said good noise. They call them noisemakers.
Yeah, but honey,
not until when people started bringing success.
No, but wait.
When they started saying faith.
Wait now. Let's get it all because it's not. I would say it's a black thing. Black people did it in America because it was their means of sharing what our ancestors had gone through. And it was a means of getting through the door, Not very far, but you could get in the door.
True.
But in Nigeria, what little I know about Nigeria is just totally different. It was almost like taboo.
Yeah, because, like I said, poverty is the basis for it.
But, Fela didn't come from poverty.
True.
And like Bob Marley, well, Bob did. But it was music. But see, this poor, because in Jamaica it was the same thing. And the reason how come I know that is through my husband who's Jamaican and also through Bob Marley, just hearing Bob's story. So I feel like I'm very blessed, very special to connect this dot with you, Bankulli, who also has his own connecting the dots.
That's the connecting the dots.
Can you believe this? He connects dots, and so do I.
The format I use in connecting the dots, I believe not everybody is going to have that opportunity to be had. There are a lot of people that are so talented, they won't get that super famous. So I felt, with what they have, I need to be the platform to show them to the world. And I've done that for so many artists and so many people, and I'm known for that. And I'm proud, I'm happy to do that because it comes from a happy place. Because I come across a lot of people that are so talented and you look at them, how come you're not meeting up with your potential? Anything I feel I can do, put little or small or big, I'll do, So it's always like that for creatives, We must find every opportunity to connect the dots with everybody around us.
Well, Bankulli, I saw the vision I had when you said connecting the dots. I had a vision years ago. It was one of the third eye opening visions. And for those 420 people, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say the third eye and 420. It was during that time of meditation, my spiritual connection, that I had a vision. And the vision I had was the universe, and the universe was in the shape of a silhouette of a human being, just sitting. And inside of that human being were people like me. And we were the cells. We were the part that kept the body intact. And that's my spiritual connection, where I see that we're all connected. We all have a role to play to keep our universe and our world elevated and to continue to grow. And it's about telling the truth. It's not about telling lies. So that's been my connection to Africa. Now, tell me about O'Shea.
Oh, okay. What I'm wearing is my brand. And I felt, I don't know who is Balenciaga. I don't know who is Nike.
I don't even know that.
And when I was growing up, we wear their clothes. But at some point, I'm like, why am I wearing some name that I don't understand?
Thank you.
I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do that, then I have to be creative with my name. I have this written in Chinese. It is Bankulli.
Yeah.
Bankulli. Bankulli.
Okay, let me get that straight. You've heard me mess his name up. I've said Bankulli, but it's Bankulli.
And you know the funny part? Bankulli is my nickname.
Really?
That's not my real name. But I'll come to that. Osha, because we have consonant. So we have Osha. Mm-hmm. Osha means it's cold. Mm-hmm. Osha means God, small God, the deity. And because, I provide solutions to a lot of people's problem creatively. Mm-hmm. They're like, that guy is a god, don't mess with him. So I'm like, okay, when it came to, putting up, something of my own, I'm like, okay, Woody is a culture that exists in Europe and America all year round, except for Africa when maybe it is only, cold period or when it is raining season. And really, you can't wear a hoodie like that because it's always hot. We have a tropical rainforest. Tropical.
Yes,
weather
I know very well.
So for me, I said, okay, if I'm going to, concentrate on selling this or putting it on the web for people to get it, I need to use names that are familiar to where I'm coming from.
Right.
Names that I believe that have meaning.
Thank
you. Understand? Because when they give back to us in Africa, they don't just give us any name. Your name must be synonymous to your destiny.
May I interrupt and let my American people know that a name in Africa is very important. Sometimes they even do naming ceremonies. Yes. Unlike African Americans.
Oh, wow.
No, African Americans, we will make up a name.
Let me tell you the significance of...
The importance of a name.
The importance of a name.
Right.
When God created heaven and earth, the earth was void. He said, let there be man, and let there be light. If you go and read your Genesis, and there was light.
Okay.
So he gave a name to light.
But wait now. Before, isn't it first he spoke the words?
He spoke the word. That's what I'm saying. He said, let there be light.
Yes, so I just want to emphasize I want to emphasize the importance of words and how you use words daily. Like, example,
I see a lot of people, especially African Americans, they see their child or your friend and say, oh, you're crazy. Don't use that word because there's power in the tongue.
Well, you know what I say when they say that? Because I've been called that a lot. They even call fella crazy. Well, I'll tell you this. And fella said, come be crazy with me.
That's good. They funkify it.
No, come be crazy with me. Yeah, I'm different. If that's what you're saying.
Okay, let me tell you. A lot of people say fella. Yeah? And they said Anikulapo Kuti.
Yes.
It has a name. A man that has death
in his pouch. Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
For me, my name is Oluwaseun, thank God. Give praises to God. My family name is Abisagbola, born into the field of wealth. And at some point, your name will manifest in your destiny.
Well, see, I didn't have...
That's why you can't have a name like, like Jack.
Okay, see, America, for those names that have been given, like those made up names like Broom Keisha and Syphilis and Chardonnay. Those names have no meaning.
Shaniqua. What's Shaniqua?
What?
Names like that, Shaniqua.
Yeah, it's because black people make up names. I know a story of a young black girl, uneducated black girl in America, teen pregnancy because it was out of control, because they didn't know anything. If you haven't taught, at one point in America's history, it was against the law to teach black people how to read.
Wow.
So, because once you knew and you could read, you would know the truth. But with these lies that was taught to us, when the woman had the baby, or the young girl had the baby, and they brought the birth certificate to the baby, and she saw, like name female, what her comprehension was, when they brought her baby to her, they had already named her baby.
Wow.
Because in the name slot,
it's female.
And she said her child's name was Famali. That kind of...
Wow. Just coin it from that. Well, names from Africa, especially Nigeria,
no, have
like
meanings.
That. When you are giving birth, after certain days, after 7 days, they give you a name. It's a celebration.
It's naming
and
ceremony.
And that name, the father brings a name, the mother and the spiritualist also, or the pastor, or, the from the mosque, you must be given a name.
Okay. On connecting these dots, America, these are the things that we have lost as black people. When you give birth to a child, there should be a celebration. There is what you call a naming ceremony.
Mm-hmm. That goes with theme.
Right. And the child, the mother, and the father chooses the name of the child. Go on, teach us more.
The child must bear both parents' name.
Thank you.
Not fourth party. The two parents. You know why? Because what makes a family? Father, mother, and children.
Thank you.
If the father lay a curse on the mother, the curse goes on the child.
You can
Something happened while I was in Atlanta. I'm going to share it with everybody. So, some set of people, music industry, Afrobeats industry, they came to check me in the hotel. And I saw them off. While I was coming back, I met a young guy in the elevator. Of course, he's an African-American, huge. I don't care about that. I walk with confidence. So I entered the elevator and he said, "Hi, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm good." He said, "Oh, where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Africa, Nigeria." And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Oh, yeah, New Jersey, is just visiting." He said, "Oh, I would have loved to visit Africa." And I stopped because of that. I'm like, you would have loved to visit where you are from.
Wait a minute, and you heard what he said, the words he spoke, past tense.
Would, past tense. I'm like,
okay.
Why don't you just jump on a plane and go to Africa? I'm from Africa. I live in Nigeria. I don't live in the US.
Right.
I said, everything you're looking for in this world that is greatness is in Africa. We are no monkeys, man.
Yes.
I said, the best way you can get your healing from that slavery is for you to just jump on the plane.
Look.
You have nothing to lose.
That's the university right there.
You have nothing to lose.
That's the real university.
Let me shock you, you can Google it, everybody. Check it. It's all in the news all over the world. Steve Wonder said it openly.
Right.
That he is relocating to Ghana.
I know.
So if he's telling you, that's the code.
Yes.
Listen, this is not your land.
No, it's never.
I'll tell you something about Africa. Our parents, when they die, they take them home. Where's the home? The home is not city. They go and bury them in the village.
To the village, I know this.
You have to go home. And now that we have technology, we have information, we have everything, it's just, God is okay.
Okay, well, let me ask you.
I'll say this last one. There's so many gun killings, there's so many police brutalities, so people say, right?
It's
there
real.
Are signs to wake everybody up that you need to go home.
Sheeple.
It's easy for you to have dual citizenship right now. Don't throw away your American passport. But go back, go and look for the source. There's a proverb from my dad.
I want to know.
Any river that forgets its source shall dry up.
Well, let me ask you this. Bankulli, where would be my place? Because my ancestry.
Okay, where would be your place? Why are you trying to figure it out?
No, because
Let me help
know.
you. In America, and so many cities in America, you have Chinatown. That's the biggest example. Hold on. Chinatown is in New York. Chinatown is in almost all cities.
Chinatown is everywhere.
It's everywhere. Now, so who stopped them from building Chinatown here? It started from them getting visa and congregating in one area.
We don't know how to
cooking
do
their
that.
own food. And from their own food, they began to sell their food because it's easy to cook to other people.
With our problem, come on now.
There's solution to our problem.
Yeah, no, look.
Yeah.
Right here in Los Angeles, we have enough Africans.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can.
Did you call it Los Angeles? City of Lost Angels.
Well, okay. You heard it. City of Lost Angels. And that's true. We got a lot of them here. Because you know what? They come here for a dream. A lot of people come. They're going to make it big. This is going to be Hollywood. I just happen to be born here. You know? So I've seen, like my girlfriend said, I've seen them all come to town and leave. Yeah. I'm cool. I'm stable. It goes back to me where I know what it's like navigating the waters here.
You have to.
I know what it's like to live in Nigeria. I know the joy of living in Nigeria. I also know the struggle of living in Nigeria. I know how difficult. It's not an easy job. The mindset, the mentality that you have to deal with.
Let me say this for African Americans. This is not your home.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but the earlier they realize, the earlier we
I knew it a long time. Oh, let me tell you my story. Because I realized early that America was not my home. From the time I connected to the drums and was hearing Olatunji and Hugh Masekela, and then finally meeting Fela, I knew my call to truth had been answered when Fela also took me back
to Nigeria.
Took me forward.
Because he wanted you to see it firsthand. And when you got there, from when you touched down, you instantly have... It's the universe, you'll be accepted.
Connected. Let me tell you, the spirits hugged me when I got off the plane. It's the first time I ever gotten off of a plane, and just the rush of this energy that came and engulfed my body. I kid you not, that's real. That happened to me. And when I got there, do you know I was an illegal alien? I was in Africa illegally because the Nigerian government did not want me there. Well, it could have been for my own safety, but I didn't understand it.
Because they believed Fela was saying the truth. And the truth is not just to the power. It was opening people's mind.
Oh, so
you
that's
understand what I'm saying?
No,
when you open people's mind, everybody that surrounds you is a target. It's normal.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. The ambassador that was in Washington, D.C., he made it a point, stamped my visa negative, right? So I could not travel to Nigeria. I said, I'm going anyway, because Fela had sent me a telegram. Fela had sent a telegram to me, and the telegram clearly stated that my visa was at the airport.
Visa on arrival.
Yes. So I went through Spain.
You showed them that.
I went through Spain. I don't think Spain questioned me.
They wouldn't because you're an American.
Yeah,
and
they
your
didn't
passport
quite.
is solid.
Oh, and that's when America had a lot of respect.
Nobody wants problem with
Yeah,
you.
and America had lots of respect. And I'm a black American too, African black American. It wasn't that many black African Americans
Dead.
traveling to Africa, okay? So here I am. I get there at the airport. I don't know I'm an illegal alien, But I know that there was some discussion because
They were like, they can't deport you. They're like, you're going to get into trouble if you deport her. Just let her go in.
And so it was fellas, and they had the discussion. I'm in Nigeria. Now, mind you, it was under military rule at that time.
Wow. They know all his guests.
Yeah, and at that time, fella remember he had come to the U.S. and he had gone back. So he was getting popularity and notoriety. People were knowing fella. And he was friends with the police. He was friends with the army.
No, he was not friend. They like what he's saying because he's saying the truth.
I mean, when I say friends, they were friendly. They respected fella, So how they managed to keep me in that country from
under the carpet.
Yeah, okay.
It happens all the time.
No.
There's so many illegal aliens there.
Yeah, just moving me around because, the inside information. Now, to me, it was wonderful because it was black. It was the first time I've ever seen black people in power. Black people, anything, because remember, I grew up in America. White America at that. So I really didn't know. And to be able to see black people in control, to see another culture, another language, music, food, everything was different. I embraced it because it was me. I couldn't help. I had nothing but pure love.
I think the problem now is how to change. We need to have a lot of conversations, especially the young ones. They are too comfortable with perfect world in America. Meanwhile, there's nothing perfect. Trust me.
No, let me tell you
There's
something.
nothing perfect. The perfection is back home. Okay, I'll give you an example. The coronavirus. A lot of countries around the world are not happy that the prevalence and the death rate of coronavirus is low in Africa. Whose fault?
Wait a minute.
Why? Because we've got weather that will not let the virus manifest like that.
Excuse me.
We've got food. We've got organic
everything.
food.
You have riches.
We have the universe. You have everything there.
You have the riches. Now, if we want to go science.
Trust me,
I already
everywhere
know.
in the world they're talking about corona. If you go to Africa, especially Nigeria,
Ain't
you will be angry with yourself that I should be. What am I? Everybody's living a normal life.
Let me tell you, my friends.
Except the people that have underlying sickness, that are trying to be very careful.
The same thing here. The same thing here. You
understand what I'm saying? And children, they are bubbling, they are enjoying themselves,
Look.
And we were very cautious with it, but the moment we knew that, coronavirus and malaria that has been living in Nigeria are cousins.
Excuse me. And if I'm not mistaken, and they're going to be mad at me for saying.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
Let me tell you. YouTube ain't going to like this part. Okay? Anytime you mention coronavirus or start talking truth about. They
cut off.
They ain't going to let that happen. But you also have what you call. Remember when Donald Trump said hydroxychloroquine? Because of the malaria?
Yeah.
When I was going to Nigeria, what did they prescribe for me?
Yeah.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, sure.
And I took it once a week. And guess what? I didn't get sick, not like that. So, this is a drug that's been on the market, and I'm going to add this part. People that have gotten sick, oh, wow, I wish I had asked you to bring me some hydroxychloroquine. Anytime you buy it over the counter in Nigeria. But if you have any symptoms, say you're normally a healthy person, and you start to have symptoms that are coronavirus symptoms or cold symptoms, if it's the coronavirus, if you start taking hydroxychloroquine in the beginning, it takes it out. And from the statistics that I read, 99 point something people survive coronavirus. It's the fear factor that they have put into the public. Mm-hmm. So we don't even want.
And as far as I'm concerned, malaria it's still one of the killing.
Malaria has killed more people than coronavirus.
But it's okay. We're going to pass the face.
Wait a minute. Not only malaria. How about hunger? Huh?
Fuck.
Those two things. But here we are, coronavirus. Line up, get your shot. You get the shot, you don't get the disease. You get the shot, you can still get the disease. You get the shot, you still have to social distance. You get the shot, you can hug. But you still better wear your mask. Come on. Which lie? Please. Coronavirus is real, though.
Fuck.
Be cautious. So I do all the things, but sometimes I think I'm being foolish.
God help us all.
You know, I have my faith in God, and see, when I say God is my universe. He is the Alpha, or she is the Alpha and the Omega. I was reared in the church, but I don't go to church. You know, this is God's temple. My body is God's temple.
No, but it's the truth. This is the temple of God.
Thank you. And
He has warned you not to defile it. Thank
you. And, you know, I was taught this.
The reason why we go to church is to share the words.
Thank you. So I don't see, how is it that all these Christian people that always say they love God, they know God, and God, you know, they understand the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran. How is it that they're lining up like sheeple?
Well, you see, there's something very unique about God. And He gave us a very strong power. And what's the power? To decide, to know, to pick, either good or bad, choice. You know, no matter how you explain it to people, but they will never get it. If you give, you know, you dress different way that you feel is good for you. But some people will dress in a way that you'll be like, did you look at the mirror today? You understand what I'm saying? So, like I always say, it is a choice, and you can't force it on people. You just pray for them, you know. Even God says it in the Bible. He said, you know, not everybody that calls me God or come to me that are actually doing my service. Some are doing their service for themselves, and they've already gotten their reward.
I'm seeing those. So I'm seeing more of those that are doing self-service.
Hey, but don't dwell on that. Leave them. That's the problem.
I do leave them, but I like to expose them along the way.
For me, you don't have to do that, because in the process of doing that, you are fighting your neighbor. He said, love your neighbor as thyself.
Well, I do love them, but I still have to. You're not supposed to point it out, ring it out, talk about it, or
job.
tell.
Leave God, leave them and God. They will sort themselves out. You just protect yourself, like I always do. You know, you can't convince anybody to love God.
You can't. You know, wait a minute. Mentioning convince. Do you know? And it would be a Nigerian that did this. I want you to convince me. Can you imagine?
He has already blocked the conversation by saying that.
I told him I ain't trying to convince you of anything.
It's your choice.
You know, but then, you know, I had to slap him one time with words. I said, my days, how did I put it? I said, my days of trying to teach the blind is over. You know, there are some people that are blind.
But like I said, you know, it's a choice to be blind. The truth, a lot of people, you see, they say the truth is bitter. That's a lie. The truth is a good thing. Because they want to deface what the truth is, they say the truth is bitter. The truth is good because it will not make you make a mistake. Then it's a good thing.
Look.
So why are you saying the truth is bitter?
Do you know what my parents taught me? The truth shall set you free. And I knew if I had done something that I shouldn't have done,
you have to. Something will prickle your mind.
My parents told me that the punishment would be much lighter if I told the truth. So therefore, I'd rather deal with truth than deal with a lie. Another thing my mother taught me says, if you tell a lie, once you tell a lie, you got to tell two.
Fact.
And then those lies, and then eventually you get caught in the lie.
In the lies.
So
you will expose yourself.
Why do that? So, I don't mess with it. But you know what? I feel honored to connect the dots.
I so much appreciate that because, like I told you, the moment I know I was going to meet up with you 11:30 a.m., I stopped sleeping by 2 a.m.
Wow.
I was excited,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to know. I'm so glad. Oh, Bankulli, you have no idea. You have no idea. Imagine 1969.
And we're talking about it here now.
Look, and what's happening now is what I wanted then. And here it is. And you know what, Bankulli? It's bigger and it's better. It's not where I really would have wanted it to be because, God got
You know the funny part is going to get there.
Let
me tell you what's going on in Nigeria now. Nigerian music, Afrobeats. After Fela talking about conscious music, consciousness, and political stuff in the music lyrics, changed to happy, jumping, But guess what? It's going back.
Reality. Because you also have to remember, Nigeria went through a boom. I mean, I was ready to give up. The illegal alien wanted to give up her citizenship.
Wow.
No, I wanted to live in Africa. I loved it. I loved being free and black, unlike here in America, I wanted that. And I mean, it was just, when you go to Africa, you belong there.
You're home.
You just know you belong there. But, I've been invited back. And then the question is, where will I go?
Okay. It's like I was coming on this trip. Where are you going to stay, Bankulli? I don't have any family in LA. What did I do? I went to Airbnb. There's Airbnb in Nigeria. There's Airbnb everywhere in the world. And I from home, I went to Airbnb, created an account, paid, and I have a place I'm staying downtown.
You're downtown, smack dab in the middle of downtown LA.
Austin, downtown.
Do you like being downtown?
No, I am not that kind of person. That's what was available for me to sleep. And I just want to sleep, wake up, see you, do my job, hop on the plane and leave.
Well, if I knew...
And guess what? Let me shock you.
What?
Back in Nigeria, in as much as I have access and I have opportunity to live in highbrow areas, all the Ikoyis you're talking of, I live in a ghetto.
Like what ghetto?
Ghetto.
What ghetto?
They call it Surulere. They call it Ijesha.
I know Surulere.
Yeah. I'm talking of the ghetto of Surulere.
Is it in the back?
Yeah. So many dirty stuff happen around there. But guess what? If you enter my apartment
it's a palace.
You understand what I'm saying?
I already know.
So you are like the king of your country. We're all kings.
Yeah, but then you know what? This is the other part. Because look at Femi and Yeni and Kunle and Sheon.
Shout out to all of them.
And Fela, shoot.
They all live among the people.
Always have.
And that's it. Because, like I told you, I said my dad was a disciplinarian. And everything he has taught me is that for every kobo you spend, you must make 20 back.
Okay.
Legitimately. Because I can't do fraud. So, in other words,
I have to
live according to my means.
And he didn't want none of that 419 business and all that old slick talk. I'm telling you, I love it when these young, uneducated Nigerians come and try to run some 419 game. You know, all I want to do, I'd be like, okay, let's play. Sometimes I play with them, you know.
You record them and put them on social media, and it trends. And their voice is everywhere. They're like, hey, is that not your voice?
Thank you. I didn't think of that one.
You
Byron, you know, popular. The next time, you know, or even if they're not doing that, then they're sending you these emails.
You take your video, record it, laugh about it, put it on and let it trend so that other people can learn their format.
But you know how many busted. You know how many stupid, greedy people have fallen?
They fall. Listen. You just mentioned the word greed.
Yes.
How can somebody call you out of the blue? Somebody you don't know tells you that $500,000 is sitting in an account. You need to send $10,000 to bring $500,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you stupid?
Oh, but you know, their con is sweet.
That thing is, nothing is sweet.
Oh,
it's like I'm telling you now that this is fire. If you can just put your finger in the fire, will you put your finger in the fire?
Hell no.
And so am I saying any sweet thing to make you put your hand in the fire?
No, but it's this sweetness, the way they deliver, and the greed of man. Okay?
That is it.
The greed. The scriptures talk about it, you know? And I've always thought I was pretty good, you know, at catching.
You want to know as smart as I am?
Don't tell me you got caught in the car.
No.
Okay.
I can never be good. I can.
Don't say never.
I can never.
Listen.
Okay. Listen.
Yeah, you Nigerian, so yeah.
It's not even being Nigerian.
I'm telling you, the Nigerians are the creators of it.
I can never in my life be swindled by any of those boys. Ask me why.
Okay, why? Tell me.
I am contented with what I have.
Thank you. Hello. There it is.
The moment you start looking at what other people have that you don't have,
and
then you can be consumed.
No, let me tell you, just like when you say your palace in the middle of the ghetto, I know that one. You know, because you can create where you are. It's about building where you are.
Build it. That's it.
But people, they don't get that memo. They see the diamonds swinging. And you know what else, Bankulli? Something else you said that I like. They think Balenciaga, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and what was this other one? Rolex. Those material things. I don't want to be wearing none. I want to wear my name. If I'm not wearing my name, I want to wear something African. Something that represents.
You see, another problem with African Americans that must be fixed and that can give you power even if you decide to live here.
Okay, how do you fix it?
It's two things you need. You need political power. And also you need economic power.
We don't have the political power and the economic power. See, here's the real money, and here's some money, and here's no money, you know? And this money up here is being controlled. This money up here.
But you don't know how to break the chain? Let black people patronize black people.
That's the hard part.
Then you're not ready to solve the problem.
No, man. I'm ready. Because you know what? I patronize my black brothers and sisters, and I'm always patronizing.
And also, when we are angry, it is very normal with black people, when we're angry, to destroy things. We should not destroy. No, hold on. Listen to this part. Because I saw a lot of pictures, you know, when the George Floyd thing happened. Yes, it's a bad thing.
Oh, that's terrible.
Then why are you destroying your neighborhood?
Excuse me.
Why are you destroying black business?
No, that's what you call an idiot. The uneducated. Because an educated man, see me, I'm not going to tear up my neighborhood. I'm not going to burn my own house down. For some reason, they don't get it. Why would you call for self-destruction?
Remember what I said. You need political and economic power. You should not be convinced by one party that you have to vote for them.
Well, see,
even if you're going to vote for one party, as a black man, Bible said, ask and you shall be given. If I am going to give you my vote, what are you going to give to my community?
Well, they don't look at it like that.
No. You have to listen. Hold on. Politics is a game of numbers and interest.
The whole thing.
Not numbers, but interest. When I mean interest, politicians came to you, vote for me, did all the caricature, everything, which is beautiful. What are you going to do for Windsor Hills? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do for Crenshaw?
Well, see.
If you cannot tell me what you do for Crenshaw, I am going to sit down and negotiate with your opponent. Guess what? Politicians, they like that conversations. And because of that, they will do something to change. Because they are looking for what? Number is a game of numbers and interest. And politics is not just politics.
No, it's numbers, everything.
And interest.
Yeah, but everything has to do with the numbers. So if you want to manipulate
with
the numbers
and interest. You want to hear the truth?
Yeah,
nobody can manipulate votes without human beings.
But once again, that goes back to the interest. You find a group of people that's large enough, cohesive enough, that have the same interests, that'll be willing to go out into the communities and spread that information. How many black people do you...
Something happened. Exactly. Same thing happened. You want to hear the truth? Back home in Nigeria, example. When it comes to... No, don't worry. No, it's cool. Mm-hmm. Back home in Nigeria, when it comes to politics, young people, because they were so tired of, same thing Fela spoke about.
Happening today.
It's happening. And so they don't want to participate in politics. But something happened that unified...
SARS
happened, and it unified the whole entire youth
because
in Nigeria.
They were all affected.
Outside. No. It's not as if it was affected. It was just...
I was saying they were all affected by it.
Listen, it's been happening. People have been saying it. People
Since
have not been talking about it. But it got to a level where young people felt, no, we can't take it no more. Guess what they did?
They got together.
Because there's a common enemy to deal with. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Politicians never saw it happening. Mm-hmm. Because they believe the only way you can have successful protests is by being sponsored by politicians. But that never happened.
No, and it was one of the...
People just consciously that, no, use your phone, I will use my phone, let us create an hashtag, and let us speak to the world.
Okay, now since they spoke... And then they did the murders that took place, because that's what I'm going to say Buhari. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying Buhari because he's the man in place. He has done nothing to stop the Fulani.
You know what I want to say? It's systemic. Systemic. Reason why I would say so is because, think about it. I've never heard that a president of the United States of America would travel to Canada to go and rest.
No.
But the president of Nigeria will leave Nigeria and go to...
He's in England now.
But what I'm trying to bring out of that is that politics, I don't like dwelling on problems. I like to look for solutions.
Yeah, well, okay, so how do you fix it?
It's simple. Situation happened that is so bad, but it has unified everybody.
Okay.
Hold on. And since ends that we both know that the same politics is a game of numbers and interest. And it is through politics that you can control things, not through anarchy.
Okay, so what do you...
Why don't you... Yeah, people have been having different discussions, and people have been aligning. Young people have been saying it vocally that we don't want old folks anymore.
I know, like I mentioned Omoyele Sowore.
Yeah, it's not just him. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just one person cannot navigate Nigeria out of it. It's a collective thing.
Yeah, I know.
And that NSARS, that's what it has been able to do. Bring like minds and unlike minds together. But it won't happen overnight.
No, it won't happen overnight, but it needs to start happening.
It will happen.
I've heard that it's happening.
Yeah.
I get my information. I hear that it's happening. Because, see, I'm still waiting on Africa, particularly Nigeria, to get right so I can have my real freedom.
You want to hear the truth? It's already happening.
That's what they say, but I haven't seen.
I live in Nigeria. It's already happening.
Okay, is it safe there now?
Is it safe in New York?
No.
Is it safe in LA?
No.
Is it safe in Minneapolis?
Hell no.
Nowhere is safe in the world.
Well, see, here's my thing.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, but see, here's the difference.
Yeah.
You got your own yard.
No, it's not just my own yard.
No,
I
no,
told
no,
you
wait a
that
minute,
I live in Nigeria.
No, wait, let me explain that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know my yard. I know how to move in this territory. But this territory is different from the Nigerian territory. I don't know how to navigate those waters. Here, when I need something, I know how to get it.
Okay, I don't live in LA.
And I don't live in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
I'm living in LA now.
Well,
and if I'm going to live here for the next 6... No.
You gonna be here?
It is fear of the unknown. You have to kill the spirit of fear.
It's not so much fear, because
it is fear, my sister. You're always scared. Fela said it now.
Yeah, but
you're scared of death. You're scared of...
don't try to...
No, not you.
Yeah.
I'm saying people in general.
Well, people in general.
Hold on. People in general are scared to die. And they will die.
You're going to die anyway.
Yeah? You understand? People are scared that, I'm going to be attacked. You will be attacked, both physical or spiritual.
Either way it goes.
Either way. Okay. Now, I was coming to LA. And I realized, where am I going to stay in LA? And I went to an Airbnb. I don't live in LA. But am I not navigating in LA?
Yes, you navigated.
You gave me the address and I showed up. Didn't I show up?
Yeah, you did.
But I showed up to where I am supposed to be.
And
when I'm done, I enter the ride, I go back to where I am supposed to be.
True.
When you start going to where you are not supposed to be, or like my dad will always tell me, Shehu, stop looking for what you don't need.
What do you mean?
Yes, what you don't need.
Right.
Why are you chasing shadows? Why are you chasing what you don't need? But if you chase what you need, you will be fine.
I'm not chasing anything these days.
What I'm saying is that, okay, I come to your neighborhood, instead of facing why I am here, I start taking a stroll around, then I'm looking for trouble.
Oh, okay.
Because if it is a bad neighborhood, somebody will look like, he's new, let's jump him.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
Right. Okay.
Maybe he's spying us. He's from another gang. Something happens. You understand what I'm saying? So when you face what you want, what you need, you cut away the distractions.
Oh, well, I guess that's the movement there. I just go...
And that's the same thing. You came to Nigeria.
Yeah, and I was... And guns and it was right after the war. They still had roadblocks.
Yeah, but it's different now. There's still roadblock. I mean,
it's different. Oh well, they have new kind of roadblocks. If there's anything,
no. It's different. It's different now.
No, let me tell you something.
I'm saying that it's different now. Now.
I know it's different.
Because a lot of people are still looking at Africa with that. No, it's different. Look, I use this apple. I'm just joking.
No. But
I'm just joking.
Well, I ain't on that page. I'm saying with the difference, I've seen the difference. I was there, the last time I was there was 6 years ago. And I know
that's recent.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's even more different now.
Of course. Of course.
But honey, nothing is going to take away from when I first went.
No. That's a memory that is...
It's beautiful.
That is archived.
Let me tell you, it's a beautiful memory. I'm sorry we didn't have that technology then
to document it
that we have today. They still had beautiful villages. I remember Makoko, when Makoko was just starting, because I was staying at the Mainland Hotel. And I remember Ikeja and Bar Beach and Victoria Island.
There's no more Bar Beach like that.
I know, it's Lekki now.
No, Bar Beach is now, they've sold all the land.
It's Lekki.
They've taken over the water, put stones, they're building.
It's Lekki.
Yeah.
And I think, what's his name? What's the southern cracker from here? Oh goodness.
Clinton?
Oh yeah, Clinton. Clinton went over there and did a whole bunch of buying.
Yeah, well.
And filled it in.
Those are all the politics that I...
Yeah. But anyway, we can, once again, I've had so much fun connecting the dots with Mr. Connecting the
No,
Dots.
no, no, no. You are the master connector.
No, but I'm telling you, you were connecting dots before I started.
But you are the master connector.
And look what happened. While we connecting the dots, the spiritual said, we connected these two. Bankulli, thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.